Hi there. We're a micro business and we develop online environmental learning for individuals and for other organisations. We've pledged to reach net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2027 and we're sharing our progress and the things we're learning. We're doing this to help others understand the process and to avoid some of the pitfalls we may come across. We also want to use the things we learn to develop an online course for decision makers in other small and micro businesses. We've already gone through the process of calculating our greenhouse gas emissions using the business carbon calculator, and now, drumroll, the result. Having input all the required data to the calculator, we can reveal that our estimated total emissions of carbon dioxide equivalent in the financial year 2021-22 was 1.04 tonnes. Clearly, in the grand scheme of things, this is a very small amount, and already we're wondering what we do to reduce this. But that's a discussion for later. The overall total is broken down as follows. Scope 1, that is direct emissions, 0.238 tonnes. Scope 2, indirect emissions, 0 tonnes, nothing. And Scope 3, supply chain emissions, 0.803 tonnes. The general advice to businesses is that Scope 3 emissions are around 90% of the total. Ours are less than 80%. But to make sure we calculated our emissions of greenhouse gases as accurately as possible, we needed to sense check the data and the result. The first issue we identified was that we hadn't included the cost of our business travel. The business doesn't own a car, but we do personally. The way we account for our travel is by recording our mileage and claiming it as a business expense, for which our personal account is reimbursed. Because the business doesn't own the car, we haven't recorded fuel emissions from company-owned cars, but neither was there a category in the expenses section for fuel expenses. The other issue that caused a bit of an initial surprise was our Scope 2 emissions. These were calculated as 0. Our electricity is purchased from Ecotricity, an energy provider that supplies 100% of its electricity from renewable sources, so there are no greenhouse gas emissions associated with our electricity use. But we also use gas for heating, and both these were recorded together in the calculator. This one's relatively easy to resolve, as the gas we use for heating is, of course, included under Scope 1, our direct emissions. We will, however, take another look at the business travel and report back later. If you're interested in what we're doing and want to keep up to date with our progress, please subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. And we have several online learning courses on Udemy and Allison. You can find these by following the links from our website.